This is our office. Are you excited? This is where you'll work. This is our office. Well, part of the office. The upstairs. This will be mine and Pete's room. Initial thought for layout is obviously my desk in the more prime position. Pete in the corner. And then there's this like strange little space over here that doesn't really work for desks. So I think there's like a cool console table, but importantly here, it's gonna be our thinking corner. So 2 chairs to sit and think and converse. I also want a chess table because it looks cool and smart. I can't play chess, but I'm gonna learn. So this will be BuildUp Media. Obviously we're reflooring it, so hating carpet, square carpet tiles, repainting it, changing like the fittings, heaters, all that to make it look a little bit more lively. Also, I didn't want to be in a shared office. I don't like shared offices. I had it before, where we had an office in like an office building, and it'd be like a random Thursday, and they'd be like, oh, at 1 o'clock, are you all gonna stop work and sit and talk about, I don't know, motivation for 3 hours? And I'll be like, no. Yeah, I don't love the lights, but all the lighting's changing. It's also the cool tone, I think, of the wall makes it Shrek vibes. Oh, God. No. So the staff can't leave until they make a sale, but I'm laughing because when Pete first started working for me, we were in the old Cassidy office, and there was the downstairs, it was like a barn conversion. We pretty much all worked upstairs, but downstairs, it was like in areas like half recessed into the ground. It was the darkest, lightless pit you've ever seen, and it had bars on the window. And that was the room I put Pete in. The pit. Good times. Perfect. Thank you so much for meeting me on a Sunday as well.
No,
otherwise, I was like, it's going to be another.
That is insane.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be another 3 weeks otherwise. Right, let's go to Pete. So I've had a text from a potential investor. This is an investor we actually met at one of our events earlier this year, which, you know, when I spoke before about how both of these businesses are kind of a shared ecosystem, that's an example of. So I've obviously not worked with them as an investor before. They've come back and said, in theory, happy with the proposed returns. This is on the Bury St Edmunds site, the one that we're buying consented. So it's quite a quick turnaround to completion. So unlike, say, if you've got something on an option, so like the rugby sites that we've just done the pre-app on, I'm not discussing funding on them yet because, yeah, we're a while off needing that. Because we're buying this quickly, or will be, you need to basically straight away start figuring out where you're getting the money from. So I've sent the deal to these guys, and yeah, they've just come back, said, like I say, proposed returns are happy with. They're going to go away and do some like initial due diligence themselves, which I'd always encourage. And they were just asking about like, yeah, how they can protect their money the most. And so I'm going to go back with some options for them. Option 1, and there's obviously no pressure on any of them, is there is the chance to take out the bank and do the whole fund like my other investor does. So you'd have first charge over everything, but obviously the investment's a lot higher. Option 2 is my more traditional, is where you're a B shareholder, so you're not exposed to any risk from the bank, but within the shareholder agreement, you would get basically, yeah, complete priority in payout for both your initial return and the initial hurdle rate. So if the profit level changes in the deal, the proposed initial profit share would just increase for you to hit that initial predicted ROI. And I'll get some bits over and maybe let's hop on a call Wednesday to discuss. On a Sunday, what's there Saturday doing Nish? Some of us are working. Oh, man. Reading a book that always makes, and with just that part that makes me cry really badly. I had Pilates this morning, and after Pilates, I went and got myself a little Starbies. The elite drink of choice. I hate it, but I love it. It hurt. Oh, no. Let's go start our day. For the new office, needed to print all of the plans in colour to sign. I mean, this could have been done on DocuSign, but sisters. The lease agreement needed printing and signing in the presence of a witness. Now, the thing that I have to now go to the solicitors for, well, I was going to go to my normal solicitors, because I've not done this lease via a solicitor because it's just simple. It doesn't need it. But We have to now get this thing signed in the presence of a solicitor to say that I understand nonsense. And then I have to drop all of this to the other solicitor. Again, could all be done on DocuSign, but no, let's waste my time. You playing Juice WRLD as third? By any chance? All done. I literally had to just get them to sign this like statutory declaration. But it's like, when you do it, you have to be like, I, Rosie Cassidy, he's like, repeat after me, do solemnly and sincerely declare that, but basically everything that I said is true or whatever. And it's like, you're getting married. Right, I'm going to drop these into the solicitor, and hopefully that will mean that is everything. I need to send the rent deposit, and then hopefully we'll be good to go tomorrow. Solicitor just said we'll have everything for tomorrow to take the lease of the office space, which is exciting. Yeah, you want to see Mark? Mark, the site manager here. But if we pull up anywhere where he knows certain people are, he does this. This is him excited. So yeah, he does it here, and I believe the person is Mark. That's his favourite. I'm just moving, but this isn't done right. If he's due to come back for this at all?
Mastic it up.
Do the trim around the edge. About 3 times. I was like, can you confirm the trim? Can you confirm the trim?
Really?
And he said, yeah. And then how far are we off on this one?
This one, about a week behind. It's nearly finished in terms of decorating. Just finishing off the pocket door.
So carpets.
Yeah.
We're talking a week.
Are we? Right.
Like minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Before really, I want to put them in once.
Yeah, I want to get that last thing, don't we, really?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. And you reckon that?
Yeah, going on me a lot. I must admit, I was...
Like sturdy?
Yeah.
Stand there and record and it makes yourself useful.
You're all right.
Did I put the same socks on? How did these work?
Just pull down. That's it. That's what you've got.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
And gives a little bit of heat. It's like a little electric one. Quite nice, actually.
Absolutely.
It's more just for looks than... It's actually getting a true log burner through building regs. It's just not worth it. Locks from the outside. Every house should have a cupboard that locks from the outside. It is nice, like, seeing it all come together and actually start to feel like a house. There was a house just up, like, across and down a little bit, a little bungalow that sold the other day for just over 550,000. It sold in 8 days, and it was smaller and obviously just not as nice. And whilst we're not priced at 550, the fact that that sold for that in 8 days, which ultimately, if something's priced right, it sells. If it sits on the market for ages, it's overpriced. If it goes really quick, like, there's an argument to say they could have got an extra, 10, 20 grand for that if they waited a little longer. That obviously gives me confidence that hopefully people want to pay. Yeah, like this plot is 650, hopefully. So everything that you see now that's like brown squares, all of that is going to be turfed. So that'll be like green plus shrubbery and all those bits and bobs. And I think that's one thing people won't or don't quite appreciate about this site yet, is these plots are very wide. So a lot of new builds don't really have a front garden, or they have a really small one, or the drive is the front garden. Whereas here, like on this plot, for example, they have half of that, this driveway, this patch, and half of that patch. Like, it's a lot of greenery in front of the houses. It's the same on that side, and that, obviously, when this site is done, will hopefully give it like a really lovely feel and a lot more like a rural feel. Yeah, delays are frustrating anyway. What's really frustrating here is, so obviously whenever it comes to sell units, you don't sell them all on the same day, and then you've got chains and all of that. So there's the build period and the sales period, and in general you want to try and overlap. Cassie Homes, it's not like a nationally established brand, and we don't have anything in Cambridge, so nobody's familiar with the product. They can't go see something that we've built before. So I didn't really want to sell like off market with like CGIs and things like that, because yeah, I felt like it wouldn't do the build quality that we have justice. And I stand by that. But initially I was told I'd have a show home in March. We're now in September. Yeah, so now here we are, and there's no point, for the sake of you know, a couple of weeks launching off, you know, with CGIs for the few weeks we'd gain. If we could gain months, yeah, it's worth it, but it's not. So that's frustrating, but it's what it is.
All good?
Yeah, all good.
Nice
yeah.
one.
Yeah. If you could let me know if that dining table turns
I
up.
will do. I've just rung him on that number, but he's not answered. They're just a random courier, and sometimes they don't have their own phone
Okay, yeah.
phone numbers.
Brilliant. I'll see you next week. See ya. If you ever wonder why the inside of my vehicle and the outside is often covered in mud, it's because of this.
Hello.
What are you saying?
I'm just about to go get the keys actually.
Oh, are you? Well, we're just on our way back from Cambridge now. We could be there in an hour and 25 minutes. Meet you there if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We'll see you at the office at 1:30. We're home.
No more poos, please.
Well, I said we need some sort of like office alert system. A gong was suggested.
No, but some people in the industry use gongs and they're losers.
And my mum had been to Switzerland this year, brought me back a cowbell that just lived in my kitchen because I didn't know what to do with it. And I thought, you know what? It's perfect.
Can't believe this is art. It's like, it's not a building, it's not a room in a building somewhere which you can put your name on. It's actually art. Oh, your desk will look better there, won't it?
You sit in your corner.
Yeah, no, why don't I pick that corner? Oh,
You sit in your side.
I'm sorry. Oh, God. Welcome to Designing Sites with Roz and Kiss. This is my office, yeah. Welcome to my office. Take a seat. Lots available.
So we've got a lot of mature trees around us. I'd quite enjoy a tripod mounted monocle to birdwatch, but they are quite expensive.
How expensive, Roz?
Probably about £1,500. But I'll put it on the Amex.
Oh, I can't wait. We want to be in basically ASAP. Rosie and I have not worked together in an office since December 2022. And the big thing at the moment is that obviously we work incredibly hard. We work for between 10 to 14 hours a day. And we're doing it at home in our home offices by ourselves, which is absolutely brutal. A big part of getting the office was not only bringing everyone together. Anthony's going to be in here, Mike, Chanel, Will, but also was that if you're going to go through the pain and the struggle and the anxiety, you might as well do it together and you can share the pain.
Like some bricks and that. Don't I get it?
We are basically 40 minutes away from going live on day 3 of our boot camp, right? So today we've done day 1, which is all about exits, how to make money out of development. Day 2 is all about finding sites. We went and found sites in Gloucester and Walsall, like all over the gaff, just show how easy it is when you know what to look for. And day 3 is all about designing sites and appraisals. So when you find a site on Searchland, how do you know whether you can fit 2 units on there, 5 units, 10 units, what size, what dimensions, how big is the road? Honestly, dead nerdy stuff. Like, this is the most geekiest, nerdy session out of all 5. And that's why I'll say very little and Rosie will say quite a lot. The last time Rosie did this, because it's quite intense and because it is very, very intellectually heavy, the chat stopped. We thought it had broken because no one was commenting anything. And the reason that was the case, because they were all so locked in to what she was saying, they didn't feel the need to write anything. We genuinely thought it was broken. A big part about BuildUp, or a big part about these boot camps, is that we want to show that anybody can be a developer. And that wasn't the case 10 years ago. That wasn't even really the case 5 years ago. But with what BuildUp is and what we've built, and this whole sort of idea of being a new breed developer, anybody can be a developer. You don't need 7 figures in the bank. You don't need 10 years of experience. Like, anybody can do it. And what this does is it shows them what they need to do in order to get there. It's 7 p.m. We're ready to go.
Quickly send what I've got so far.
There's 200 people waiting already. Right, you ready? Ready?
Ready.
Okay, good luck. Have fun. Good evening, everyone. Day 3. We are back for our BuildUp. Good evening. We're back for our BuildUp Bootcamp Day 3. Today is all about designing sites, and it's all about how you're going to appraise them. Look, I will pre-warn everyone in the chat already. This is the geekiest session of the lot.
Today, everyone's commenting on your glasses.
Yeah, someone just said John Lennon's in the room, and I'll take John Lennon over Jimmy Savile, so thank you very much. I'll put them off now.
No one is going to mention the glasses. Yeah, I suppose the appraisal, so people understand how much goes into the appraisal, like all the moving parts within it. It's not just build costs and how much can you sell a house for. There's so many more costs that need to be considered.
Yes, Gavin, 10 to 15 sites per hour. That's what we'd expect. So, what's the time? The time is 9 minutes past 7. Rosie's starting the first little section now. And I thought, oh, I'll wear my blue light blockers because I'll protect my eyes and, sensible. And I'm not joking, I just had about 470 people rinse me for 10 minutes about the 1970s called, they want their glasses back. Someone said I look like I'm out of Wolverine. Someone said I look like John Lennon. Someone said I look like a celebrity. Thank you, Tash.
Do we have the adequate visibility displays? So we might have the access, but if we're on a bend, we might not have the visibility displays.
One thing that will happen quite a lot is that because Rosie knows so much, she talks about things like they're normal. Like everyone should know what they are because she's grown up around it. So obviously I haven't. My parents were financial advisors. I don't really know anything about property until I met Rosie. So a lot of the time I will ask her to re-explain something a lot more simply for other people. Because everyone there was like, what is an overage? What is an overage? She'll gloss over it. But most people know what it is, ultimately. So I am the simple man in a very complex business. Rosie is a woman of the developers. I'm a man of the people. Nobody cares. It's not that deep. I think I look great. And so do you. In the comments.
And then you basically just start plotting out units within those parameters.
And that is our promise. That is why we have access to, institutional level of funding. So whether we have 50 joint ventures or 500 joint ventures over the next 5 years, we're able to go out and fund them all.
And to get there, that would be a 450 grand uplift on that side. Let's say 1.75. Let's say we don't get the 1.83. 1.7. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
That was really good. Like when she is talking about development, she's doing what she does on a daily basis. It's so clear to her how easy it is. 8:51. And I've not worked since 6 p.m. because I was preparing all of this with Rosie. So now partly my working day begins.
Oh, it's a road going in.
That's for the road there.
Not going to make you poorly. I know. Oh, we'll please computer again.
Oh, that's my kitchen.
Mark, is it worth just repeating the costs on the
All right, yes.
bookshelves?
We were just talking about we've obviously done 13 and 14 with bookcases in the media wall.
Yeah.
And with full bracketry and stone shelving in the worktops, etc.
Yeah. Depending on price, we'll leave the opening.
I think you're going to laugh the opening. No problem.
They're saying it's in the region of 5k.
Is it though? Is it? Could be charged as less. I think you need to use sums of that because, as you said,
What per?
no, yeah, there's a throwaway. What we need to do is now work out what the base is. Because the skirting's in that package anyway.
We continued round with the insulation fitting as required, really. Round to plot. Or
Yeah, I think I'm going to say this one.
Why?
This is why I don't like not going with bespoke kitchens, because what is that? We have carpets going into this plot on Saturday, which means, basically from Saturday onwards, I can dress it. But this awkward thing, because we're obviously like in the attic space, you have slanted ceilings. And when you paint, it's really awkward to know where to carve. So I'm looking at here as I don't love this. Technically there's a ceiling, so it's white, but it's down here and it looks too busy. If you paint this colour, we then have a curved transition. So then would you do a line or would you do the whole ceiling? In which case you always paint that. So then you're colour blocking the room, which I'm a fan of a colour block, but the room obviously needs to be able to withstand the colour. So if the colour's too dark, like say for example in here, we've got like, oh, I like that wallpaper. We've got like a slightly like greeny beige. If we did that on the ceiling as well, would it then be too like oppressive? That's why, these shape rooms can be quite difficult, but I like this room. I love this dormer. Oh yeah. Oh my God, Will, look, they're in. I'm sorry, but this room is so nice. So as we take over this show home, it's ours. Like, we are liable for it. So obviously if there was a break-in or anything, that's on us. So yeah, we need to insure the building. It is still lovely building houses, and this wooden bit will be coming down soon. You can't quite see it yet because there's no greenery, but when the greenery goes in, it's a very open green site compared to a lot of new builds. Not sure if this is good news to you, but I've refused to do anything in this area again because the council's so difficult.
Oh, really?
To be fair, we've got pretty good neighbours on this site. I think because the site had been owned, obviously we bought it with outline planning, so it changed hands a few times before we got it, I think, and then it was just like a shrub. It wasn't like a nice green field, it was just overgrown wasteland. Yeah, the landowners or the neighbouring properties were just like, do something with it. Like, we know it's eventually going to get built on. We can't stop that. So like, just do something. So I think they were pleased when we actually developing. And then, when we talked them through the change in the plans and how it improved, more greenery on the site, etc. They were obviously happy about that because it's nicer to have a view of. And I've always said with the contractor, like, always just try and go a bit up above and beyond. I know neighbours can be difficult, but it does just make things a bit easier if, like if, for example, like today, we've accidentally sort of blocked the road a little bit. Technically, you might have needed like a street licence for that. We'll probably get a complaint, but the immediate neighbours aren't, because we look after them. So it just makes things a bit easier because things do come up on site. And yeah, she's just lovely. And she's always like, oh, you're doing it on your own. You must be so proud. I'm like, oh, thanks. You're like my nan. But yeah, it's not a bad week or nor. Went to site obviously Wednesday, but Pete was meant to meet us there, but Pete is poorly at the minute. He's a poorly boy.
I am firmly in the bin. I'm so unwell. And I've basically been bedridden for the past 2 days, unfortunately, and leaving the hard work to Rosie.
Oh my God, yeah, our day of leisure. I completely forgot about the day of leisure. Feels like forever ago. So on Monday, we were off work. Me and Pete had a day of leisure, which was, we were meant to go for a Morrison's breakfast, but Pete got back late on Sunday, so we didn't go for a Morrison's breakfast. He was late, so I'd been to the bookshop. So I made him buy me a lot of books. We then went and had a spa float, which is like a float in, it's like salty water basically. So you completely relax and float. I love it. Pete hated it. We then went and had some lunch. We got a pizza. I actually went and got more books. And then we went and got a massage. So it was just lovely to have a complete day of leisure. Don't zoom in on the tired eyes.